¿Qué onda, Happy?
Oye, mamalonskis, ¿unos tacos o qué?
Pues vamos por unos pinches tacos modernos. Mic check, and we're back here.
On spicy tacos.
Ya teníamos desde el año pasado.
Casi un año, güey. De hecho, I think it was March. The last one.
March.
And we were doing the Mila Luna.
Oh, that was the last one?
Yeah, that was the last one. Welcome back, dude. So much has changed.
Actually, es que, like, it got to a point where I would go to, like, the store, and I was like, ¿qué pinche salsa usamos? Ya probamos todas. So now, we decided to just make our own salsas y nomás esas 4 a la chingada, just for
Oye, güey, ¿y esta idea se te
shitting.
vino? When was it? Was it October?
Sí, it was October.
Que
I don't know,
dijiste,
was
que,
it
hey, I think
October,
we should have
November?
our own salsas y luego nos juntamos, I think it was November, cuando nos juntamos ahí en la casa.
Ajá.
And
And
we,
these are,
we
look,
made
these
them.
are
This is version 2.
version 2. Hasta tiene you see? We have, like, the logos y todo, but we're just, testing out the
You could show it there.
Yeah.
Right now we're just like, ¿qué es? Como prototype.
prototype. Nomás ahí a ver qué pedo, you know?
Oye, güey, okay, y tenemos un año de no grabar. So
Un
I
año.
think we need to... You and I have caught up, nos hemos visto,
Yeah.
but from the podcast standpoint, it kind of came to a halt.
Yeah.
Y ahora que we're kind of launching it again,
Yeah.
pues sí hablamos tantito del formato, like how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
A little different. So we're not going to review salsas because
No,
we have
es
our
que-
own salsas.
Yeah. Es que era mucho pedo, dude.
Sí, güey.
Like, actually, it was like, yeah, ¿qué salsa? We already did this one. And then actually some salsas, I guess being like Hispanic, Mexicano, o sea, quieres una salsa buena, que pique, que tenga buen sabor.
Que tenga buen sabor y luego... Sí, güey, primero viene el sabor. Like,
Sí.
does it taste good? Y luego
Y
que
es-
pique.
Unas salsas eran como, not saying that they're not good, but like una salsa taquera. No,
We
como
tried everything, güey.
Louisiana hot sauce, o sea, muchos sabían a eso. Y eso pues no es para un taco, es para, no sé, un cóctel.
Y spicy tacos, güey, también. Creo, I mean, last time we met up where we were doing the new set, para que vean el sign nuevo.
Sí.
Y we met up y tú dijiste, no es tanto de reviewing the salsas. Like, we don't want to just review salsas, but it could be like topics, different things. So es
Yeah.
como una plática. Porque antes, I think we need to be like a little transparent. Era de que estábamos en la plática y luego de que, boom, we need to review the second salsa. And I
Sí,
would pause it.
Yeah, aquí es más de que, ¿sabes qué? Vamos a... It's not going to be like a segue into the salsa. It's going to be just like, hey, voy a probar la... Tengo hambre, voy a chingarme un taco. Voy a probar la salsa.
And it's
Y-
just a conversation, bro.
It's just a
Una conversación.
Una combo.
But okay. Sound good. Well, I'm hungry, güey.
So let's get into the salsa.
So let's get into salsa
No,
number
sí,
1.
yo sí
Oye,
tengo
güey,
hambre.
¿qué son los habits, bro? Los
No,
hábitos.
mira. Y ya sé que me van a caer palo, pero
¿Quiénes te van a
hasta-
caer palo?
mira, hasta estoy usando la tortilla. Hasta era
Esas las conozco. 25 calorie one?
25 calorie. Ajá.
I've
25
tasted them.
calorie.
They're good.
Tortillas. Mira, pues es salsa verde, like it's good for like chilaquiles. Se los, pues ya depende cuánto le pongas. You want to try the same one or you want to try a different one?
I'm gonna try the same one. Empezar ahí. Y de hecho, tenemos que compartir los nombres también. We want to share, like,
And this is like fresh.
you made them today.
I made them today. Está fresh. ¿Eh?
Le vas a echar y luego vamos a ya entrar a la plática.
Ok. Yo lo voy a echar bien. Lo como debe ser un mexicano. Así. Que le eche salsa.
Oye, güey, esto del gym, what? It's a diet. It's a 8-week program.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's funny because pues I'm doing that one. And then with Tanya, we're going to do another one. So I'm kind of technically doing 2. So
Back
si
to
no
back.
bajo, güey, es que estoy estresado.
Cortisol levels
Sí.
al máximo. Oye, let me try this way.
Actually, I feel good about... Alright.
De cuando lo hicimos la primera vez,
Mhm.
it's spicier.
Yeah.
Y el nombre que le dimos era verde, sana, sana.
Oye. Está
It's a
así
little
como...
spicy. You didn't try them or what? When you made them?
No. But that wanted to be a surprise for both of us. So pinche madre.
¿Qué le echaste, güey? Serrano, jalapeños.
No, nomás
Serrano, ¿no?
tomatillo serrano. ¿Qué más era? Cilantro. Pues, ya, eso es salsa, güey. No, que sabe a pinche ácido.
¿Les vamos a dar la receta o no?
Pues ya basically se las di.
Do you consider yourself como someone that shares, bro, openly?
I think that open... Chinga, I guess it depends, way. Like you try to open up to people and then boom, o sea, como que they can use it against you or...
Well, and it's good that you take it there porque, no, think of Instagram, like you're following right now, all right? You hit 100,000. Congrats. Boom.
Thank you.
But that's a lot of people, bro. That see your stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you process that? Porque yo estaba compartiendo last week, and I even told you, oye, like, I kind of, like, stopped sharing. I was using the Ray-Bans, así a lo loco y
sí.
todo. Pero lo dije, güey, pues you give access, like, a lot of access. Like, I want to give access to creativity, como esto.
Yeah.
Haciendo el sign de spicy tacos o algo así, pero then people can't connect with that, so you gotta show personal stuff. Y eso, güey. Like, so what gets you to be... Pues, yeah.
I think we kind of talked about it like a little bit before.
Before,
but,
like today?
Yeah. I guess where I'm heading.
Okay.
As far as like sharing. The thing is that, you know, it's kind of tough at first kind of sharing, but then, you know, you think about it and you don't know who you're helping. You know, like a lot of people, you know, they see, let's say they see you or they see me and they see like this person that might not have like problems or, you know, that they go through issues or that they're going through life. They think it's just, you know...
Este güey se divierte todo el día.
Sí, o sea, sunshine and rainbows. And like, you know, you share something, and it can be something so simple that you think like, you know, like, and someone else like, like, you know, they go through that too, or, you know, oh, they do that too. And that's why I always tell people like, hey, especially like in real estate, I tell them like, hey, you're going, I don't know, even as simple as you're going to eat somewhere, or you're going here, or you're going there, donde sea, you just share. And people like that maybe aren't from the radio that follow you, like, oh, you guys have that restaurant, or like, oh, what's that restaurant? Oh, like, is it good, or is it this, or is it that? You know, it's just you start conversations with people, and I think life is really about having conversations, and yeah, I think it's hard. It's hard to share, but it's just you kind of have to like.
Especially if we're doing things like this.
Yeah.
Como podcast. Pues es para compartirlo.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if not, why are you recording?
Yeah.
Si no, pues we could just have this convo. Pero es cierto, güey. I battle with that a lot. Como it's like, man, up to where do I share?
Exactly. I mean, because
then they're strangers, you know, like that don't know you, but then you do impact people. Like I know when I was sharing a little more, I had people from high school connect. I hadn't connected with them. Like we were Facebook friends. Yeah. Pero en realidad, like we weren't having conversations, but just sharing, bro, allowed me to connect. So I see that side. Yeah. Pero luego entra el self-doubt. Como...
Yeah. And I think it's also because a lot of people, like, so I feel like they use social media to like portray something they're really not. And that's when it becomes more difficult to share like their real self.
Yeah,
like,
cierto.
Sí, como I've seen like some Netflix shows, güey, like que la familia, I don't know what it's called, pero que la familia esa que that would do YouTube y todo esto.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Behind the scenes of like everything, how it goes goes on, and it's pretty crazy, dude. Like, it can consume you, if obviously if you let it. And a lot of people, it's like, oh, you can go the route of like give them what they want, to like you have to engage y que eso que el otro, but like there's a limit to like.
See, es cierto. Like I went to TAMU, right, and I was using the glasses, and I was sharing how someone gave me advice that if they give you a job, whatever it is, like you get promoted at work, or make sure that they're giving it to you, the authentic you. Porque si no, güey, y lo que dije es que you feel like a clown, güey, como un payaso. You always, you have to act the part. Si no eres
and
como...
it just makes life, like it sucks the fun out of you. Because now you're, playing a role, or you're playing something that you're really not. And that's what makes your job not enjoyable. Because you have to, be a whole different person. And y eso es lo que te cansa, güey.
Sí, güey. No, yeah.
Like, ever since I started, like, the videos, it's just a little bit... well, I guess it's been easier, like, when people... Like, let's say I'm showing a house, and then first, like, I don't assume that they know who I am. Like, I'm not like, oh, yeah, you must know who I am. Like, and then, I'm showing the house, and like this and that, y luego ellos dicen, oye, te veo como que más serio.
A la persona de los videos.
Ajá. Le digo, pues es que no sé si... O sea, yo no sabía que me conocías de los videos. Y, I try to kind of like read people to see, like, if they're super serious, pues I'm not going to be here like, sí. So yeah, once they tell me, it makes it easier for me to kind of, all right, pues, let's
y es cierto, güey. It does happen donde, like on social media, especialmente like when you're sharing, but it's only you and your phone, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel comfortable talking, whether it's the phone or the glasses, whatever I'm using. Pero la persona, whenever I see them, I'm not going to be at that level of energy. Porque you have to build up.
Exactly. Y a veces Chile, güey, like you're tired, güey. O sea, it's not like I'm always super high energy. O sea, también me canso. I'm a human. O sea, yo tengo pedos en mi vida that, sí, like, o sea, pues, I work. O sea, pues I do real estate. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a friend.
A podcaster.
There's a lot of things.
Salsa maker.
A salsa maker. There's a lot of things that, and I'm not just saying me, I'm just saying everyone in general.
Way. It's like, it's multi-identities.
O sea, también tienes que ser hijo, hermano, cuñado, o sea, de todo. And, it gets
it drains you.
It drains you, and that's fine too. Like, it's not like, oh, you feel drained, like something's wrong with you. Like, no, like.
Yeah, wait, so, and this I might share a little more, and we haven't even got into the question you had, but that's something I also struggle with, because there's identities, right? Because I have my profession, and then I've talked to you about this, and then I have my creative side.
Yeah.
And it's like, I had to, in a way, I'm understanding, like 10 years in of sharing, because I started sharing like in 2013, like more stuff online y todo. And it's taken me a while to understand, hey, wait, you could integrate both.
Yeah.
Like you're made up of different identities. Como yo hablo con mi hija Bella, it's not the way I talk to you off the mic or on the mic. Like,
exactly. Es como todos con tus amigos, tus compas, your wife, your kids. But doesn't mean you're fake. Doesn't mean anything. And I know you said that was like a big thing that, like, was with your job.
Yeah.
You felt like you had to portray a specific image, which in a certain degree, you do. But doesn't mean like you have to just be that person. Like, you can also have a fun side where maybe it helps like employees open up a bit more, and it just makes your job a lot easier. And I just say that because I know for me, whenever they say, hey, Mamalonskis, we love your videos and this and that, like, it just makes it a lot easier for me to be able to, like, one, tell them, like, work with them, actually, do you really like the house? Where before it might be like, oh, like, do you like the house? And they're kind of like not as open to really telling you if they really like the house. But now, since we have like that, like, who I am, like, all right,
they connect well.
Yeah, it's like, ¿a Chile te gusta la casa o no? y pues Chile, pues I don't really like this. Or I don't really like that. So it's just easier. All right, let's go see the next house, and let's go see this one, and let's go see that one. So it just makes my job a lot easier, because I'm able to really identify what they really want.
Yeah, güey, es cierto. And you gotta like connect more than realtor and buyer, right?
Ajá.
Like you connect a little more porque, and I see it at work también. Yeah, like once I connect, ya sea football or even music, things like that, way it does open doors, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Pero yeah, man, that's something. I want to know what the question you looked at on your phone.
Mira.
Y yo le voy a entrar, güey, a este. Which one's the next spicy one?
Which one's this one? This is the chipotle one. The chipotle one está suave. Ese, I mean, I remember.
Hey, wait, thank you, bro, because I love chipotle. Not the restaurant, the chipotle. Well, the restaurant too.
This the chipotle chile. Let's see. There's one that says, "What's something you still haven't forgiven yourself for?"
That's deep.
Yeah, it's deep.
But I'll go there.
Okay. Pásame la salsita.
Like my answer's not like on the deep end, so I'm gonna use like this, what people are seeing right now, this podcast, or they're listening to it. So it's creativity, right?
Yeah.
And I think for me, man, it's tough to look back at the creative journey and see the moments I self-sabotage. So muchas veces, where I had like traction going with a project.
Yeah.
And it's like, not that I can't forgive myself, but I guess it's tough to be like accountable y decir, güey, la cagaste, that was a badass project. So for example, when I first started like the Happy Guy t-shirt clothing, boom, wait, le estaba chingando a Pauly D in 2014. Like, hey, let me send you a shirt, Dude, I ended up getting the shirt on Pauly D. People should know who he is, right? Jersey Shore, if you don't know, boom, Google it.
So
but
you got it on...
Yeah, so he got the shirt on. Y le mandé. And the traction started going, okay? And then it kind of dwindled off, dude. And a lot of that es lo que te iba a decir, like when you hand over your creativity, bro, que es algo que yo no he visto en lo tuyo. You're always creating like what you want and all that. For me, like if I get input from others, I hand off the creativity, and I should have like held on to the creative and be like, nah, this is me, dude. Like I'm gonna like roll with it.
Yeah.
And so I think that's hard to look back at, because I'm like, what could have been of that project? Y luego el podcast 2018, cuando empecé lo de Happy Oscar Show, I started getting traction. I started like having a little bit of like attention locally, where I was getting people on the podcast. And then boom, dude, for some reason I always like, I don't know, I complicate things. Like, I think for me it's hard to look back, porque esos años, güey, los pagas con tiempo. Like you never get them back.
Yeah.
So I think that like self-sabotaging, and I think it happens to a lot of people, bro. Where it's like you're moving, but it's hard to, I guess, forgive that, because you can't. You just gotta like move on. But ¿me entiendes? I don't know.
Yeah.
Did it go somewhere?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, because a lot of people self-sabotage. And I feel like it can be because you don't have, maybe you don't have the right mentors, where you feel like, okay, I'm going to get to this next point. ¿Qué voy a hacer once I get there? And it's like, okay, it's get there and figure it out. Like no one has it all figured out when they get to certain points in their lives. It's like, when you become a first-time parent, you leave the hospital like with a baby, and the hospital or everyone, it's trusting you that you're gonna have this baby and take care of it and
keep it alive.
Exactly. Keep it alive. And you're like, I've never taken care of a child, much less a baby, and now I'm responsible for this baby. So it's like, once you get there, you'll figure it out, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but like you trying is what's gonna really really count.
Bro.
And like, don't take, so I think it's also taking people's like opinions like real to heart. And it goes also like for parenting, like if you have a style of parenting, and then you have opinions of someone else,
Que hay un chingo.
Okay, hay un chingo.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, it's just there's gonna be opinions everywhere, and it's como te digo, in business too. Like, just with the videos, it was a big leap of faith that I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I enjoy being, I guess using humor to kind of get a message across, and that was a big leap of faith. A big.
And imagine you hadn't done it, right? Like, and you would have never known.
So I guess going kind of like similar to you is I had gotten before the Casas Mamalonas videos, I was doing the face swaps with my son, and it was called. I even had a logo and everything. It was called Dale Shine Homes, because at the end of every video,
once you have a logo, bro, it's legit.
Right?
Yeah. no, but yeah, you're like, I even had a logo.
Wait, so it was like a face swap, and I started, I would do videos, but that's when I was like, hey, this isn't professional. Like, how am I gonna expect people to come to me and buy a house when I'm doing these types of videos?
Sí, güey.
And then recently, like maybe a month or two, I posted that video. It was 7 years old.
Tell them, bro, how many views?
It has like 1.2 million likes. So views is
un chingo.
Es un chingo.
From this recent time that you posted.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I did it again. I was like, hey, you know what? Let me try doing a video, because I do marketing for businesses.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me try doing that video again. But like doing a face swap video for the company, and I got chingos of views again.
Con Mauricio.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like, hey, the person that was gonna buy a house with me is gonna buy a house with me. The person that's not gonna buy a house with me, they're not gonna buy a house with me. So it's like that fear of losing something that you don't even have. Yeah. Like, wait, you don't have it. You don't have it.
Just do it.
What are you holding on to when it's not? You don't have it.
Oye, güey, esto. Okay, so you kind of hijacked my it's difficult for me to forgive myself. Mm-hmm. But what's yours? Like, were you thinking something similar, or you were?
Well, just
what has it been difficult for you to forgive yourself?
Well, it's kind of. I think that taking the opportunities based on like other people's opinions, or what I thought, because sometimes it wasn't even their opinions, it's just what I thought their opinions would be. And I guess one thing that took a while for me was because when I was doing real estate, like in the early years, I was just kind of doing it just kind of chill, because I was kind of preparing myself, because I was going through the customs process, be a customs agent, secure job, insurance for the family, just everything good pay, after a couple years, todo bien. So I had, I think Marcelo was a couple months. I think he was like 3 months. I had already passed the polygraph in San Antonio. Comadre, called Tanya. I was, had our little moment, drove home from San Antonio, super happy. And they called me for another one, and it was in the Valley. So I go take it, and like this guy just took the conversation like somewhere else, and at that point I felt like a failure. Yeah. I failed my family. Like after, it's kind of like if I gave like my family a gift, and then they're like, enjoying the gift, and like, hey, ¿sabes qué? I need to take this back.
Like it's gonna happen porque you're so far along in the process.
And it's like, and that's what I felt like. I felt like I felt like a disappointment. I felt like no mames, like I thought you had already passed, and now
it sucks.
Like what do you mean? And it took a while for me to forgive myself, to that failure. And there's times where I still think about it, especially like when a friend goes into the process or whatever. Like I go back to that time, and like I think about like, oh, what would have been, like where would me and my family be if I would have stayed in that
or
route.
Gotten through it,
right? Or gotten through it, because I could have fought it según, and I would have gone in. So, like, whenever that conversation or that...
And it so happens now, donde de repente se te viene a la mente, o ya no?
Yeah, like, literally, like, someone that's in our team for real estate, he's over there right now in Georgia. And when I talked to him, like we FaceTime to talk about some stuff. And him being over there, just brought me
triggers
back.
that
it kind of it triggers that memory of like, okay, like where would it, like the donde estuviera.
Wait, it's badass that you're sharing that because like even there's online social media. I mean, you're pretty successful with the following. Cuando la gente lo ve, y lo he visto, like your views consistently. But it's interesting y qué bueno que you're sharing that because even though you're like successful in this way, like the thought is still there. If you let it, like it triggers. Y es lo que, like I know you said I like that the question of success and failure, and I want to fill in the audience, right? De que era, I was doing this thing last week where I was pulling out like a question from this game. It's called We're Not Really Strangers, and I was sharing, what do you fear the most, success or failure?
Yeah.
And ahorita se me vino a la mente the self-sabotage, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of it that I think, even though last week I said, I think for me is fear of failure is like the more stronger one, right? Pero en realidad, güey, a lot of those projects, I think it was like when fear of success, dude. Porque venía como, okay, so let's say this hits off. I'm going to have to make a decision professionally, crossroads or whatever, to like do creativity full time, and creativity full time way is like, it's hard, bro. Like I told you one of my messages is, no, find a job. If you're going to do creativity, find a job because the creative
it's
stuff,
like a comedian. I mean, the comedian is creative. And it's like the joke
most
that
of them
they
have
say.
jobs, no?
Yeah, it's like, pues I need a job, comedy doesn't pay until, later on, si la haces. And it's a creative,
and so there's a fear of success of like, if this hits, then you're going to have to be uncertain. Y pues me, I'm thinking family, I'm thinking like my daughter, I'm thinking in those years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you need health insurance, you need like...
Ese es el pedo, güey.
Sí, güey. You get me? There's a big fear. Like, there's a lot of people that want to start even this way.
Yeah.
Right? But you can't start... Like, you and I have never talked about the spicy tacos, way, being like, esto va a pagar biles. Like, hell no, you can't. Like...
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll see where it goes. But I think that's a fear of success in the creative world for me was like, and I would self-sabotage. En vez de decir, I'll never get to that decision.
Yeah.
I'd rather just, and I would distract myself with the next project. Ahora te lo puedo decir. And in the moment, I think, I'm doing more. Yeah. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But you get me? I think for me, it was that. Last week, you said that you feared success more.
Yeah, because you can get lost in it. And now it's a different take that you're bringing up of like, it is fear of success because, you want something so bad and then you finally, let's say in your case, you wanted, Pauly D to respond. And then he finally responded and you're like, oh shit, he actually responded. What now?
Yeah. And what happened? Boom. When ese caso, I send the shirts and all. So that got done. But after that, it's like, okay, what other person do I reach out to? It becomes work, bro. Yeah. Esto de creativity is not like...
For the week.
It's not. It's hard. You and I have had combos donde even you, I hope you don't mind me sharing, pero where I'm like, where you're like, no, hombre, es que, like, I have these videos that I need to do. Like, your brain is always going, dude. But then hay bien poquito tiempo. Yeah. And so it's not for the week. This is like you can't sit around and not do it, dude. Nadie lo va a hacer. You got to do it. Boom. Which one are you trying?
Esta es... no, this one... I think this one's going to be spicy.
I think. ¿Qué le echaste?
Try it first.
Tú le hiciste, güey.
Yeah, try it at the same time.
Oye, ¿por qué está bien espesa, güey? ¿Eh?
A ver, ¿qué pregunta?
All right, let's try it.
Okay, a ver. Oh, shit.
Sí, güey.
Yeah, like it's...
Pero está rica, güey.
Body, po.
Did you... ¿Por qué da hipo, güey?
Actually, that's a good question. Like...
That's good. All right. What else do you got, bro? Because I think that fear of success, fear of failure, we covered that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because we're talking about like success and failure. So here's like, I don't know, what is success costing you right now?
Um, I think for me, dude, like, I mean, I've talked about it with you, like,
Yeah.
um, como too much energy and managing
Uh-huh.
image in my head.
Yeah.
¿Me entiendes? I don't know if that makes sense.
I think like this question really ties into like why I think about um and it's funny way because no, so I guess the reason why, you know how I told you, like, when the topic of like customs comes up, like I think about it, and I think because of this question, you know, as a entrepreneur, um we always say that we can manage our own I guess calendars or manage our own time. But like whenever, let's say I go out of town, o sea, me están hablando, or you know, I go here, me están hablando, and you know, and if I were to have like a regular 9 to 5 job, where or that customs job, you know, when you're off, you're off.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and most jobs, like when you're off, you're off. Sí, a lo mejor te hablan por una preguntilla or this or that, but you know that where you can, sabes que I'm gonna take a couple days off, and like, or like, you know, firefighters that they, I think, work 1 day on and 2 days
2 days
off.
off, yeah. 24 hours, 2 days.
And like you can switch with like people and be like, hey, sabes que, pues,
Like, there's more of you.
So I'll be like, hey, sabes que, on this day I'll switch you with another day for yours, so I'll work 2 straight days or something. But 1 day, like you getting 1 day off that you're supposed to work, that's 5 days in a row that you're off.
Yeah.
So you take it, like, let's say 2 days, and I don't know how easy or complex it is to be able to do that, but you know, take 2 days off like seguidos. Talking about a week and a half of just being off.
Yeah.
With 2 days off. So I think about, you know, that time where, like, you know, you can just be like, boom, like, you know,
You're off, you're off.
yeah. And
Zen.
here, exactly. And here, it's like, you know, you still have, you know, your clients calling you, and it's not that like, hey, I don't want to talk to them or anything. It's just part of the, you know, part of the job. And it's just kind of like, I think that's what kind of takes me back to thinking.
And when you're thinking of this thought, donde dijiste, what is success costing you right now? And what is it costing you? Like, is it that you're on 24/7, even though people think,
Yeah, I think
you have your own
it's
schedule?
yeah, and like I'm there for my kids, like, you know, if they have, you know, practice, if they have games, if they have this, here and there I'll miss, but like, you know, for the most part I'm there. But I think what it's costing me is actually being present.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah, I think for me, dude, well, it's because success depends, right? Como.
Yeah, and not saying I'm never like, I'm always like,
No, pero
perdido, but
you're always thinking of like future move, like things like that.
or I'm on my phone, you know.
Pero creo eso, like, it's costing a lot of people, man.
Yeah, but like it's still costing, you
Yeah.
know, and it can relate to a lot of people, but you know, como quiera, it's me está costando algo, you know. But at the same time, it's like if I had that customs job, and let's say I had to work on a specific day, and then you get mandatory overtime, and then, you know, I know a lot of them that they work on Thanksgiving or Christmas or anything like that, and they have to work. And like I know for sure the festivities I'm never gonna miss.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, you know, it's a double-edged sword, but then it's
Yeah, when I think what makes, hablamos de esto, de que the contrast here, like entrepreneur, I have a traditional job, right, where I go to work, you know, I have a schedule. Entonces, and for me, like, I've been retail 20 plus years, dude, and I've worked every holiday, right? But post holiday, like last week, January, mientras everyone's getting back into routine, school, all that, I'm off. Con madre, güey. Because I'm like, also like, if I'm going to a store or I'm going out of town or something, it's like less traffic. Come on, it has its perks, right? Yeah, dude, I think success también, like, hablando de esto, güey, me and you, this podcast, I met you, 2024, a year and a half, or almost 2 years ago. Y, pues, success, dude, even creatively, like, con ideas o algo así, it costs time. Y luego, for me, dude, my brain, and you kind of saw it as we were setting up.
Yo sobre.
Sí, pero también estoy poniendo como... siempre estoy pensando, like, okay, how else can we light it? Okay, how should it sound? Like, your brain doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And it's like that post you shared, donde en vez de dormir, güey, estás con ideas.
Sí, güey.
And I think...
tossing and turning.
Once you know an idea is successful, and it could be local, dude, or it could be like if you go big scale, like como tú, que like in a way, like I've seen your merch like sales, and they've been all over the states.
Yeah.
So lo tuyo pegó like en todas partes, but even local or even that level of success that you had, it tells you, it's possible.
Yeah.
And what else can I do? Y lo viene very good con papas. Y lo, oh shoot, what else can I do? And now you're on a podcast, and like it doesn't rest, and that's how my brain is. It's like,
yeah,
because I've seen ideas be successful.
Yeah.
And to me, dude, I guess we should define success. Porque for me, dude, I've shared this before, that a successful podcast for me is that I recorded the podcast, I produced it, and I posted it. Yeah, after that, yo no puedo controlar quién lo escucha, who likes it, all that. So for me, success, I define it with a podcast, publishing it. Did I publish?
That's all it should
be. It's almost
be.
like your videos también, right?
Yeah.
You just publish and that's it. So for me, success doesn't mean more viewers, more...
It's completing a task.
Did I put myself out there? Like, even these thoughts we're sharing.
Yeah.
Like, le dices a un güey así en la calle, they won't share, dude. Like, they won't get this deep talk. No. I don't think so. What do you think?
Pues you never know until you try.
Yeah. Is success también similar like that? Defined, depende en lo que estás haciendo?
Yeah, I think it's... because I feel like a lot of people define it as like monetary wise.
Yeah, no.
But I think it's more completing. I mean, it sounds very like, very robotic, like, completing a task. But like, even as like, I think about it as a dad, you know, like let's say we're at home and, you know, Tanya's tired and, you know, shower our daughter. O sea, que pues ahorita ya no se puede bañar sola. And I was like, Inga, ¿sabes qué? Deja hago like a little nice gesture. Let me shower her. La arreglo. And I put her to sleep. Like, for me, that's success because, one, pues I got to, you know, spend that time with her. And then, pues Tanya was able to rest. And it just, you know.
Yeah, it's dependent the area you're in.
I had my happy moment there with my daughter. And then, you know, Tanya was able to kind of like, I don't have to do that. You know, I know it's not that she's like, I hate doing that. But, you know, she also has...
Is it a being human? Like, it's like...
Yeah, like, everyone gets tired. And this is... Like, I tell her, like, you know, you being a mom, like, I feel like that's more, you know, doing the mom duties. Porque ella es la que los levanta, initially takes them to practice. Y luego yo llego, o a veces no llego, and she's, you know, up and down with the kids. And like, that's more of a, I think, tougher job.
Of course,
I don't want to call it a job, but I think
it's like when
draining.
They say, I'm gonna babysit today. Yeah. It's like if you're watching your kid,
you're watching
your parenting.
You're parenting, exactly.
You're not babysitting.
But you know, it's draining también.
Oye, okay, let's do. Well, I'm gonna do the habanero. ¿Esa va a picar más o not? Nah, that one's like better.
Este sí no lo probé. But this one's more like sweeter. I really like this one, dude.
Dude,
like
when we made it last time, ¿le cambiaste algo?
No.
Okay, so it has honey.
Sí, tiene miel, tiene piña, jugo de naranja, habanero.
Cállate, shut up.
But like, this one was really my ultimate favorite. Like, if I were to really like, Inga, ¿sabes qué? I'm gonna just go all in one salsa. Like, huélela, güey.
Bro, I think de eso tenemos que hablar también, pero bueno, we'll see the questions right now. Pero...
It smells good, güey.
Yeah, like sweet.
Yeah,
oye, güey, pero hablar de esto, I think it's interesting, dude. I think people, like your audience, dude, is full of realtors, I imagine. Like a lot of realtors, a lot of like humor, comedy. Pero there's a lot of realtors looking at see like, man, well, how can I do the Mamalonskis thing? Like, how can I eat
or like get an idea and
build on it?
I think it's more of like, because I always tell people like people are scared to put themselves out there.
So you're randomly walking and just telling people are scared to put.
No, aquí en la oficina sí. Like, ay, es que para poner un video, ay, no, it's because I record and then I hear myself and then nah. I was like, you think I love my voice? Like, no. Like when I first recorded, and it's just like, hey, pues I'm gonna put it and like.
So people should like kind of, they should see, or not they shouldn't, but like if they see your stuff, they should make their own version of it. A lo que yo iba is like the behind the scenes.
Not necessarily like make their own version, just post. Like if you're like
why do you think people don't post? And I'm gonna take a bite of this.
Because they
judgment.
Because of judgment. ¿Qué van a decir de mí? O sea, que te valga. Like the person that's gonna be judging you probably wasn't gonna go with you for your services to begin with. Como.
Hey, dude, you're eating it in a 25 calorie tortilla, dude. You should try the 200 calorie one.
Right, this one's good for like, también casi como un, like seafood. Así como, o sea, un filete de pescadito así. This one's really good. It's very different.
It's just sweet, bro. Like sweet but spicy.
It's because habanero, I think, is sweet in general.
You think?
Yeah. Whenever I make let's say I would put habanero on one of these salsas.
It sweetens it away.
I feel. Wait, like that, like, it's funny that where I just say just post. Like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I said, why don't people post? And, yeah.
Because of...
But what were you saying? Sorry, I interrupted
you. I feel like people criticize themselves more than what people are going to actually criticize. Like that chick that posted videos of... She just started posting videos of like, oh, if I were to make like a jingle for Dr. Pepper, or if I were to make a jingle for like this brand or that brand, and she did a jingle, and they put it in their commercial. Like her
I didn't know that story, dude.
Yeah, her jingle. It came out in the, what was it? It came out in the commercial break for the Indiana-Miami game. Like, it was like the commercial of that brand with her jingle, like her words. And like if you...
And you're saying like she was just posting.
Yeah, like if it's... I feel like a lot of people can...
Look, Pasita, I'll take it there. Like with this, the whole posting, dude. So for me, como te digo, like when I'm posting stuff and I'm going through my day and posting the gym and posting like, I don't know, dude, whatever I'm doing, I feel like someone's opinion might be like, oye, necesita atención o qué onda. But me, the back end is, I know how the algorithm works. You know? Mm-hmm. And it's like I was telling you, like, Maida wants to sell Ray-Ban glasses.
Yeah.
And so I want to do content with the Maida so that I could find more of an audience of people that are interested in things I like.
Is it Maida or Meta?
I don't know. Is it Meta? I don't know. Whatever it is, but ¿me entiendes, güey? Like
Mendes.
It's
o Meta.
Meta.
Like Go.
Meta, si estás en Monterrey es Meta.
Meta.
And Laredo is Meta. No, Meta. You get me? Like, there could be a lot of people might not want to post because they might have that thought that I have over like, I don't know, you need attention or not. And they judge themselves because it happens to me. And it's like, no, I don't. It's more on the, I want my work to be seen. And
yeah,
we could create this, dude. And if we don't post it and all that, like, pues nadie lo va a ver, güey. You need to do the work. If you want to do, like, if you want to build a brand like yours, pues you need to put the work in.
Wait, so I heard this guy. I like to listen to a lot of like little like motivational clips, and like I always post also like on my stories. And there was this guy that he says, success is behind embarrassment.
Like you have to get through the embarrassment.
Yeah, and because I thought about like there's people that like record themselves at the gym, of like their workout, and like, you know, hey, you know, today we're gonna work on back, and then they record themselves doing like their back workout or whatever.
Yeah.
But and if you're there at the gym,
You're like, what the
exactly, like you can easily be one to like judge, and I'm pretty sure 80-90% of people are like, no man, sir, this
like,
or
why
that.
are they doing that? Yeah.
Exactly. And so in essence, like they feel like the miradas, I'm sure they feel all that, and when they first started, I'm sure they felt some type of embarrassment or like insecurity or something. So I think, so if you look at it like as embarrassment, like once you can get past the like like that went on, like if you think whatever you want, like I'm fine, I know what I'm doing and I'm what I'm doing it for.
Yeah, no, you're not paying my bills. That's something that
Exacto, like
that's something that helps me. Like whenever I'm publishing or posting things,
uh-huh.
like what I'm posting is like, man, no one watching is paid my bills. Like, and I'm not asking you to, and I'm not telling you anything. So that helps me like move forward. Pero, see, wait, it's like I get the embarrassment thing, but it's almost like people are on the fence, and I've heard this somewhere. Like, pero it's like you're on the fence, and there's one that runs off and starts posting videos and starts like that could be you like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You post that video and you're talking así como hablamos, and oh, it hit. Y luego, everyone that's on the fence is like, and they like seeing people take the leap of faith or the run.
Yeah.
And okay, but how do, yeah, dude, but I guess that's the tough part. Like, how do you get through the embarrassment?
Pero pues tampoco, güey. O sea, if you really think about it, there's a lot of like, I would say like content creators that they can't record themselves like in public.
Yeah, that they're like in their office and they do
like
talking.
they do everything. Like, for example, me, I do videos or vacant homes, or you know the family's not there, and I do my videos. Pero like even in commercials, you know, when my wife comes out, she'll, and you know the people are there looking at the like, oh, what are they gonna do or what are they gonna say? Like you feel that like
Embarrassed a little bit. ¿Todavía lo sientes? Like if you're in public and people are watching?
Well, yeah. Well, it's because the thing is like, what I feel is I feel like they're expecting to see like a final product of a. It's like let's say you're there for the whole production of like a movie. You're like, nah, hombre, pinche película aburrida, like, you know, watching it through the eyes of the whole production. But like, if you watch that, but like the final, like the actual movie, you're like, está con madre.
See, wait, there's this so talking about like production, even this podcast, like if you see the software, it's like a timeline of almost probably like where you edit your videos. There's a timeline already.
Yeah.
There's this Instagram account that shows like big movies and what the timeline looks like. And dude, it's crazy. Hay como chingos de layers and niveles. Yeah, if you saw one clip, you'd think it'd be like, no, hombre, whatever. But it's almost like, I guess, yes, being in public is not the last, the full product.
Yeah. Because it's still kind of like nerve-wracking. There it is. That's the word I was looking for.
It's 2 words, actually.
Yeah.
Nerve-wracking.
It's just wracking then.
It's wracking.
No, it's nerve-wracking. Like, you know, people watching you. I think what's nerve-wracking is people watching you and expecting like the final product as you're doing it. You get me?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like it takes more. So that's what kind of gets me like nervous of like, hey, you know, just FYI, this is not how it's going to look at the end.
And this is like the business owners, como the ones you're filming for.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, it's, you know, it's part of the process. Trust me. Because a lot of times they're like, you know,
como pa' que le pague este güey.
See, yeah. And then you do the video like it's very different. It's very different. So that's why I kind of see it as like a movie.
What do you think of that, bro? Like, hablando de process. So I tend to share a lot of that. Like, not the finished painting, but like as I'm painting.
Yeah.
Or as I'm creating something. And at times, there's two sides of that. It's, if you share it with us, you remove the magic of it.
I invite you to change the word process to journey.
The journey. Okay. So when I share the journey of the painting, I love that. That's good. Es cierto. Yeah, because it is a journey, bro.
It's because I feel like the word process makes it seem like cansado. And the journey is like, hey, It's
going through it.
How you're going through it. It's a journey, como que an adventure. Like
I'm growing through it. Right?
Yeah.
Oye, güey, pero do you think... Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Porque you share your videos already finished.
Yeah.
Pero de repente si pones behind the scenes, como...
Yeah.
But right, there's two sides of it. Like if you share too much of the behind the scenes, because it removes the magic of like...
Yeah. It's like a magician.
Yeah, you don't want to reveal everything.
Exactly. You know, it's like the journey of you watching like a magic trick is like, wow. But then they show you how the magic trick is done. You're like, no. My man, it's like you had the fucking card the whole time. You know, but like I think the unknown is something like you can also like enjoy. Like, and it goes back to the whole magic trick. Like, I don't want to know. I just like, it was cool to see how like you made this happen, like this magic trick. Like
don't
I feel
tell
like
me.
yeah, like I feel like if I want to know, just ruin it for me. Like I enjoyed the trick, con madre. It's like, and now I'm thinking of like fast food, like oh I enjoy it, but don't tell me how it's made.
Yeah, exactly, way like nuggets and like when you see the videos of how those are made.
Exactly. What's a Mexican parent lesson that helped you, and one that hurt you?
Oh wow.
That last part
but it says Mexican parent lesson. Pues los dichos que son dichos and one that helped and one that didn't help. Right?
One that helped and one that hurt you.
Okay. Dude, it's because anything you share is gonna be like cheesy, I think. Because it's who doesn't know that, right?
Yeah.
But I think I'm grateful. Y viene del dicho, like, dime con quién te juntas y te diré quién eres.
And I have one to go against it.
Right? Y para mí, like, it helps, dude. Like, for me, like, I'll start now, like, right here. This thing wouldn't happen if I'm not hanging out with creative people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's like, the more people you surround yourself, boom, it sparks ideas, and it has to. I talk about like I hang out, como quien dice, with lone wolves.
Yeah.
Like Cesar's doing his thing. When I meet up with Sketch, he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Eric, he's doing his thing. But like when we meet up, boom, we create something.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be surrounded by people that are creative. At least in my journey, in my process. Pero y me ayudó bastante, dude. I'm great. When I say I'm grateful. Like, dude, my mom was pretty strict. Like, y qué bueno que no agarré hábitos like malos and like.
Yeah.
You get me, like, early on, like, including like I don't know, the typical stuff like smoking or like alcohol and like todo eso. It was very strict. So like I never picked up like that as a bad habit, and like I enjoy it here socially, whatever, but I'm proud to say I've never smoked a cigarette ever. And tú?
Yeah,
yo sí, un chingo.
Sí. Well, de repente I'll smoke like a puro or something.
Yeah, pero I think that como the parents being very aware of con quién te estás juntando, and then saying that. So I think that's like a lesson that helped. I'll think of the one that didn't help. What helped you? Because you want to go against it.
Well, no, not against it, but like I remember, because it was that one, dime con quién te juntas y te
diré quién eres.
And then there's another one that says, puedes estar en la basura y no mancharte.
¿Pero puedes?
Yes, o sea.
How?
So
give me an example of, se me viene a la mente, dude, of like this un cuento de una águila that like kind of hatched in like a chicken coop. Have you ever heard it? And the eagle thinks it's a chicken, dude, all its life, because it was hanging around chickens because the egg hatched there. Y dicen que fue hasta que un día una otra águila lands in the coop. I think it's something like that. Y dice, like, what are you doing here? Like, you're an eagle, right? Y es como, contigo, dices, like, it's like, yeah, just because you're in trash. En la basura, pero puedes estar...
I mean, it sounds kind of bad saying, like, puedes estar en la basura y no mancharte. Pero, like, I guess what it means is like you can also, and I guess it, goes back to, there's I'm sure there's people that you grew up in life or you knew in life that didn't have the best habits or didn't have the best influence, but you never, they were your friends and they had their, I guess you can say, their demons. And just because you knew them and you hung out with them didn't mean that you also did the things that they did.
Which requires a lot of like mental strength.
Yeah. But it goes to that. And I think that's what it also, really kind of goes back to. Like, hey,
yeah. Like you could control it, so
you can control it, exactly.
Pero tienes que estar listo, dude. You can't go into. It's like your diet right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you came and you dissected the tacos and lo cambiaste, pero porque estás enfocado.
Yeah.
Right. Entonces, okay, where's one that, dude? I was thinking, a ver, uno de que no me ayudó.
I have one. Like siempre que te, and it was funny because we were at a party today, and we brought it up. ¿Y qué es lo que siempre te dicen tu mamá o tu papá cuando de chiquito? They serve you food and what?
I don't know what.
Cábate la comida.
Ah, sí. And you're like, you overeat sometimes.
Exactly. So you overeat, you grow up, y te ponen acá ponchadillo. But I lost in the last, I think 2 years or year. Yeah, 2 years. I lost... It's like 60, 70 pounds.
Bro, vi la foto de la que compartiste, right, with in the Cowboys.
Yeah, dude. Like, I tell Tanya, I was like, babe, como chingada, no me dijiste nada.
We don't realize it, dude. Like, whenever you're...
Yeah. I mean, and that's also like us. But like, I feel like it does play a big role. Like, you
finish your food.
Because there was times where I would like, me servía or whatever. And... let's say I was already done with, half the, let's say a burger or whatever. Pero like, ¿cómo chingada la voy a dejar? Y te la acabas nomás por acabártela la chingada porque dices, no dejes tu comida.
Como, yeah, like if you buy el aguacate and chips at Chipotle. Y yo nomás las acabo, güey, but luego ves el aguacate and you're like, dude, like, that shit was pricey, man.
Exactly. So, but that's not because, but like you go like... to someone that doesn't have like so much of a like Hispanic upbringing, and like you go, pues ya acabé medio plato, and sí, would you like it to go? Like, oh no, y eso también, güey, o sea,
todos con cajas, güey, saliendo del restaurante.
Y que los tiras, güey, or you heat them up and you feel obligated to eat it because I paid for that.
Como dicen, have you seen the like video or meme? Dice, aquí no tiramos la comida, aquí la ponemos en cajas, la guardamos en el refri y luego la tiramos cuando se echa a perder.
And I think that's
true. It's almost like a scarcity mindset, dude. Como like, como be grateful.
Be grateful you have this.
And
so like, acábatelo a la chingada.
Es cierto.
But like at Chile, growing up, it's like, acábate la comida. Y ahí te la acabas. And then like in your mind, you would just feel like, I can't throw that away.
Yeah.
How am I going to throw it away? I just paid, $15, $20 for that. Y luego para que lo tiren. No, me lo voy a llevar a la chingada. ¿Y qué? No.
I think like when I think of maybe things that I still mention, dude, on my parents or to my mom specifically, donde digo, como I'll meet her for lunch, right?
Uh-huh.
Y muchas veces, like, you grow up and you want to tell your kids respect, your like elders, you want to respect like wherever you're at, and of course that's important.
Yeah.
Pero también I remember always saying like, ama, yo voy a ser igual que esa persona. Like, I want to be successful like that. Like, not put everyone on a pedestal, dude.
Yeah.
They get what I'm saying? And I think sometimes we play like the card of like humble,
yeah.
like being too humble and not taking your like portion of the table, dude, of being like, tú también puedes, como only because you said like como Mexicanos, like Hispanics, like, dude, we can also like take some of that pie.
Like Tanya always tells me like you never celebrate your wins, you never do this, you never do that, and it's just like, it's because I don't know how to celebrate it without not being humble.
You think it's like you feel like you're showing off or something like that?
Exactly, yeah. and like I don't want to like show off, but at the same time, it's just like, let's say you had, I don't know, let's say I closed on 6 houses in 1 month. You know, it's a big accomplishment. Like I just reminded me, I'll tell you right now. It's an accomplishment, but then you're like, okay, like, you know, someone could take as mamon, or like, for example, this past year, I never posted how much like I sold, like me personally, and I sold, you know, 13.5 million, and in you know, production wise, and you know, and for Laredo, like
Yeah.
you know, it's really good.
Well, you said it now.
Yeah,
There you go, Tanya.
there you go.
Huh?
Ahí está.
No, pero what holds you back? Como you.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It just sounds like, I feel like you're kind of like boasting about like, look how much I sold, or you get me? But at the same time, people, I feel like, need to know like, hey, pues this guy, you know, this guy does sell. So if you're looking for someone experienced that knows what they're doing, pues hey, ese vato sí vende, like, let's go with him.
Sí, güey, es eso. It's like, I don't know if I told you last time, pero like even me, like the whole Happy Human, that I do that like as a project, and I call it a project, right? It's not a brand, it's a project. It's a lifelong project.
It's a journey.
Pero it's a journey. Pero okay, how am I gonna sell that, dude, if I'm not posting, sharing, going through my positive moments and then negative moments, but in creativity? Because también you're not gonna air your everything online. Pero I think you need to share that. Es como tú con real estate. Yeah, like, yeah, you're successful with videos, but just hearing the figure right now, lo que vendiste now adds weight. And muchas veces, like, I don't think we give ourselves like permission. Even with me, like when I was hanging out with you, dude, that first year que nos conocimos, like, you know that when we hung out. Like, it was never like, let's create content, or like, yo nunca tuve eso en mente. But I think it's important to highlight our relationship, our friendship, dude. Like, and be like, boom, sigue, porque that's what results like in these type of things. Y muchas veces I held back too. Like, I'll hold back and I'll be like, but no es de eso, güey. It's like, it's connection to me.
Yeah.
Like, you get me? Like, but I think we sometimes play the humble card.
Yeah.
Como que está ahí ingrained in us.
Yeah, it's ingrained. And yeah, I think that could be something that hurt us, because we always come like, hey, like my dad always said, yo no pongo nada cuando, o sea, when he does like whatever, you know, let's say when he bought his first like actual truck from like an agencia, he never posted. He's like, pues es que, me dice, pues es que no es mía. O sea, todavía la debo. ¿Cómo va a poner que me compré un carro, pero pues ni es mío?
Dude, that's fucking deep, güey. Like, from your dad, that's true.
Yeah.
Es como que, and yeah, yo soy igual.
It's like, just like posting like, hey, I just got in debt. You know?
O cuando compras casa, pues you know that, like those are things like I don't, you know, no creas que lo estoy pensando, like when I buy something material, like I'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna post it. Nah, nomás no se me viene a la mente. I'm like kind of like your dad, like también es like, pues no, I bought things, material things, you've bought things, and
like when we buy a house, like an investment property, pues now like I actually post like, hey, you know, we bought another investment property. Why? It's because, you know, I feel like, okay, if you're looking into if you want to invest in a house or start investing in real estate, and you really want good advice, are you gonna go with someone that doesn't have a single investment property? Not saying that they're not knowledgeable, but they have more like someone that does have investment properties can give you more like first-hand experience and recommendations of like, hey, look, this is one way to buy a property. This is what I would look at. This is what I've looked at, like real life situations of like, oh, you know, cash flow or this, or buying cash, buying this type of financing, setting up yourself to buying, you know, your first house and then buying something else.
Like, if someone's gonna give you advice, they gotta be doing it. Y pienso lo mismo, like going deeper, like with, como, like our kids. Como si yo le digo a Bella, hey, like, she wants to go to UT or things like that, right? And it's like, hey, you could do it, like chase that dream, you know, like you could definitely get that. Pero luego a mí no me ve like chasing my own stuff.
Yeah,
like how is she gonna believe that?
Yeah,
and that's a big thing también for me, like to see this side of like creating. And
pues it's kind of like you know, I guess putting the whole real estate thing into like, hey, I want to buy investment property, who do I go with? Like, okay, if you want to get all like jacked or mamado, you're gonna look for a coach that's, you know, maybe at least some type of jacked or something, you know. I would only assume that you're gonna go with someone that knows how to get there, and not someone that's like.
So that person, because that's one side, right? And that person needs to be sharing their content. Needs to be sharing, como if you want.
Yeah.
Right, like clients and. Yeah. No, I get it. When it's like the whole.
But I mean, I guess it just depends. Because I mean, I know there's a lot of people that, like, let's say coaches. Like, there's people that are good at coaching, that didn't necessarily really play like at a higher level.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They just
they understand like the strategy. And.
So I guess, you know, I just wanted to be the devil's advocate and mention that too, because people are like, no, pero también hay gente que sabe de la.
Sí, pero yeah, I mean, just listen to people that are actually doing it, I guess,
or have results.
Yeah, nice.
That's a good one. Who believed in you before you believed in yourself?
Dude, my parents or my mom, especially. Like, that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Because, dude, unfortunate. There's
in what?
I think in,
because that can be very like generic. I was like, oh, my parents.
Okay. So, well, like in my career, right? Like I'm a leader of people. But when I first got into it, there was an older man, one of my coworkers. I was 24. He was 52. And like within a month, he had heard how I communicated. And he said, you have knives in your words. And he said, they stick. I don't know what that meant. And so, and he said, within like 5 years, you're going to get the next move, right? Like up. Dicho y hecho, dude. Like it happened. But I couldn't believe in myself in that career.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't been in the journey. He had seen it. That's someone that immediately like believed without me knowing that, oh, I could do this, or I could do this next thing. Como that's a version of like where someone like a stranger, well, he was not a stranger, but he was new in my life, dude. Like I hadn't worked with him. And so it's easy for me to go, oh, my parents. Yeah, no, tú puedes y todo, pero.
Yeah, because obviously it's like that saying, who is it? I think Denzel Washington, or he says, when your father passes, that's the only man in the world that wanted to see you do better than them.
Oh yeah. That's
deep.
Yeah. But it's so. You get me? That's the side. Como que se me vino la mente. Might be like super like
No, but like that's what I think. If that's what it means.
because that person didn't know me. They don't know your backstory. Your parents know your backstory. Even your primos and all that, they know that.
Yeah.
Pero like for me, dude, I remember it was 2024 and it was March, and I was like laying on the couch, right?
Yeah.
And I just heard laughter, and I was like, what are you looking at, right? And it was this guy saying, pinche casa mamalonas. and that's how I came across your video. And I'm being like sarcastic here, but like also true. Like, dude, my brain immediately went brand. Like something like, por algo, güey. Then like Tanya reached out and like you needed branding, and now Sketch and I worked on that.
Yeah.
But that's me, like as a stranger, total stranger, dude. When I saw those videos, I was like, dude, like there could be something without knowing you had the Dale Shine Homes or the face swap videos, you know, like you weren't in my radar. But even then, knowing a little bit of branding and all that, como and me pasa así where I see things like around branding where I know, like, because it's so like me la he pasado mucho in social media that you kind of see patterns, right?
Yeah.
I wish I saw them for myself, because muchas veces te quieren vender cosas la gente.
Yeah.
Oh, this is how you get like successful online or whatever, and I'm like, you have like the same amount of followers I have, like
And
what?
and it goes ties back to like the whole experience of.
Yeah, but I believed in you, man, before.
And that's
but you probably already believed in yourself, so it doesn't tie in. But you already believed in yourself then.
But like, I think the one that believed in me more would be Tanya.
Oh yeah,
because she's the one that told me like let's brand it. I was like, ¿pa qué? She's like, post it on TikTok, and like, ¿pa qué? I didn't even have TikTok. And then she's like, you need to post it there. And I was like, ¿pa qué? And she's like, just do it. And I was like, ¿pa qué? And like, she's the one that really like, I guess, motivated me to kind of like, okay, pues, you like, if you're gonna continue doing these types of videos, like, you really need to brand it. And she's the one that reached out to you and Sketch.
Did y'all believe we could do it?
Pues the thing is, yo no sabía nada. She knew, she was the one that set up the appointment, set up everything and what she wanted and this and that, todo el show. And pues she's the one that really like helped me. Pues I'm wearing
bro, and y'all were like easy to work with, porque you were not getting in the way.
Mm-hmm.
¿Me entiendes? Like you let like me, like if I'm buying a home with you.
Uh-huh.
Like I trust that, but you know how to look at that stuff. Like it's
exactly.
And I think that was awesome of Tanya. Sí, ella fue la que nos habló y todo, but yeah, she definitely believed in you before. Yeah. Are you believing in someone right now that doesn't believe in themselves? Or have you helped someone, and sin usar nombres, but like cause it's hard to get to the I believe that I could do that. Like in the mindset, no muchos tienen esa mentalidad.
I feel like I have helped out people and more like in conversations and stuff of like, because a lot of people, we talked about it before, a lot of people are just very critical of themselves, of like, and it's like, hey, wait, like yeah, wait, like compare yourselves in a, like, because we always compare ourselves to someone or something, which is fine, but like if you're comparing yourselves for like the betterment of yourself, not to say like, oh, it's because, you know, and I'll give you an example in real estate. It's so easy to let's say someone gets licensed. Let's say I'm already a realtor, and someone comes in and says, you know, vienen de una familia que they're well off. So then they start doing good because of their connections. And, you know, you can easily start hitting, pues les va bien porque tienen buenas conexiones. It's like, okay, pues that doesn't mean that just because they have good connections, they are automatically guaranteed like success.
Yeah.
Because it's on them to use the connections they have to be able to be, you know, successful. So we compare ourselves to like the things that like not que ver, like, okay, they have good connections, like you have good connections too, but it's not good. It's a different niche.
Yeah.
And like you always want to compare yourself to a niche. So like for example, here in Laredo, there's not a huge luxury market. And like there's still some like, you know, expensive homes, and you know there's still somewhat like a luxury market here. And if you want to just dedicate yourself to that, plus I mean it could be tough, and for some people it might be easy. So, you know, if you notice, and I told, you know, the agents in our team, like, hey, like where last year, where were all your closings? Like what part of Laredo? Like, oh, pues a lot of them were in the south. Okay, well then why are you trying to always advertise houses in the north?
When your strong is,
exactly.
Your strength is the that demographic right now.
Yeah, like if you're strong in the south, work the south and dominate the south. You're trying to dominate something you're not dominant in.
Yeah,
por eso no creces. Porque you wanna dominate something you're not dominating.
Bro, that's but you wanna expand. Y muchas veces that's like a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Porque when in in reality, if you just stay consistent, like doing the same thing, you'll get really strong at it. But your brain immediately wants to. I mean, me pasa eso where you want to expand. I've done that so many times on a podcast, dude. Yeah. Where it started as audio and then I'm like video, okay, and then video got done and I'm like, let's ask questions different, like, and over time I'm like, dude, if I would have just stuck to audio, I think like, it would have been consistent.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Like, don't make it difficult.
Yeah. Do you make things difficult sometimes or no? ¿Te ha pasado?
I used to. And like in this line of work, it can make it so difficult. And it's, I told Tanya all the time, it's like, look, if there's anything that, like, don't try to control what you can't control. The situation's going to happen regardless. Like, let's say a client, let's say you get bad news. Que a client that the builder le puso el piso mal, or le puso the wrong backsplash. Okay, so before I even talk to my client, I'll talk to the builder and be like, okay, what are the solutions? We already know the problem, because what happens is you just talk about the problem. Es que la cagaron y que...
Yeah, no solutions.
Okay, what are the solutions? Okay, o lo cambias o le das un crédito al cliente. Ya la cagaron, okay. And then you go to the client like, hey, we went to the house, pusieron esto mal, y boom, que la chingada. Like, okay, these are the two options that, that we're getting. And if there's a third option that you want to throw in there, feel more than free to throw it in there. And it's like that we can just tell them to change it or
get a credit.
Yeah, or get a credit somewhere else. Before we decide or anything, let's go see it. You might even like it.
So you're doing that now, like, where you simplify it.
Just simplify. O sea,
Antes que era, you wouldn't go with solutions.
No, yeah. Well, first of all, you would stress like, oh, chinga, güey, la cagó el builder, ¿qué le voy a decir al cliente? Y luego estás ahí y you're there like the whole day just think, how am I going to tell the client? ¿Qué le voy a decir? Se va a amputar, like, chinga, ¿cómo le digo? ¿Qué hago? And that's all you do. Oh, and then like the next day you finally call them because you built the courage to like tell them, hey, la cagó el builder. It's like, wait, like I have no control over like what happened there. In construction, there's so many people. Like it's the construction manager, and then it's a construction of that house, and then the trades manager, and then the people that actually do the work. And I was like, we're human. O sea, no somos...
Algo va a pasar.
Algo va a pasar, desafortunadamente. Obviously, you try to avoid anything from happening. But when it does, it's like, okay, let's look for solutions. What solutions do we have?
Don't complicate it. Simple.
Don't complicate it. If you really just want to change it, the builder's going to try to... Ya lo puso. They're going to try to have you keep it because ya está hecho el trabajo. If you like it, okay, then we can figure something out. Get an incentive, do something.
Yeah, dude, because I think like we make it difficult. Even like ahorita, as we're kind of getting into the wrap up, right? But like this podcast, dude, hopefully the journey with it is just consistency, like simple and not overdoing it, because I think
and just como dice Nike, just do it.
Just do it. Meet.
Porque sí, a veces la quieres.
¿Cuánto nos tardamos, güey, to meet? Un chingo, ¿no?
Sí, un chingo. But it's always like, oh, it's because... And that's why I wanted to change the whole thing of the salsas, because it was...
Que donde vamos a comprar la salsa, sí.
And it was like, let's say we both had the time, but just me in my mind, I was like, already just focused on the problem. Yeah, focused on the problem of like, what salsas are we going to use?
¿Cuáles no hemos probado?
Because we can... Que podemos hablar. But the salsas, like, like, yes, it's spicy tacos, but like the purpose of it more, I think, is like the message that someone can get from, any part of
our conversation.
That,
over tacos.
That we're human and, we go through same shit.
Similar stuff, yeah.
Yeah, similar stories, and hopefully someone can relate at one point.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up there, dude.
All
right. Hasta luego.
Bon voyage. Washamos.
Bon voyage what is that?
Bon voyage. I don't know. It's like bye.
Is it?
Sounds like a bon voyage.
Yeah, we'll use it.
Bon voyage, motherfucker.
Right.